What's up, Jets fans? Welcome to the latest edition of Jets Latest, where you get the latest on the Jets, Jets. I'm your host, the spitting statistician, Dane Martinez, and today I want to continue to talk about some of the things we saw in Week 1 against the Pittsburgh Steelers and why there is reason to be encouraged, quite frankly, and start to talk about what it might look like against the Buffalo Bills in Week 2. But let's get started with one of the things that I thought was going to be very important this year was going to be the Jets and winning that battle in the trenches, okay? You know, I have been talking about this all the way since back in the offseason, back in the summertime, back in training camp, and thank you to everybody who has been with Jets Latest all the way back since then. If you are new, you got to go check it out, and if you want to get down and even be a Jets Latest insider, click on the link in the description. You will get access to exclusive content, more insights, more perks as we go throughout the season. But all summer, one of the things I've been talking about is how I think this brand of football from Aaron Glenn is going to want to be physical and going to want to be dominant in the trenches, both on the offensive and the defensive line. And quite frankly, we achieved that against Aaron Rodgers, Mike Tomlin, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look at this. I mean, the Jets pressured Aaron Rodgers all day long. He was running for his life. He made some good throws on the run, but he was under pressure, right? We sacked him 4 times. Will McDonald, who is someone that we have been talking about taking that next step, got 2 sacks. Both Williams brothers, Quinnen and Quincy, had a sack. And listen, I'm not going to do the whole, oh, we're on pace kind of thing after one game, but 4 sacks a game would get to 68 across the whole season. Denver led the league last year with 63 sacks, right? So if you can get 4 sacks in a game, that is definitely what you are looking for. So the pressure was certainly there. Quinnen did his thing. Will McDonald did his thing. I saw Jermaine Johnson getting after Aaron Rodgers. And the fact that Quincy got one is interesting also because we were talking about how under Wilkes they may blitz a little bit more, Sherwood and Quincy, right? And then on the other side, listen, I think it was good. Justin Fields was only sacked once, and specifically, shout out to Armand Membu, our first-round pick, right? In his debut, he had 26 pass protection snaps. He didn't allow a sack, didn't allow a pressure, didn't allow a QB hit or a hurry, and that's even some against TJ Watt, one of the literally the best pass rushers in the NFL. Pittsburgh was top 10 in terms of hitting the quarterback last year. They did not do that. Membu also had a great game, 90 PFF grade run blocking, 89 overall PFF grade. So, you know, obviously, if we can keep this up, both in terms of sacking the quarterback, we'll be near the top of the league. If we could do this in terms of protecting Justin Fields, 1 sack a game, like there was only one team that had under 20 sacks allowed last year. And quite frankly, interestingly enough, as we transition, it was the Buffalo Bills. So let's talk about the task against the Buffalo Bills next week. Obviously, number one job is going to be trying to stop the reigning MVP of the league, Josh Allen. But I do want to point out, and you Jets Latest, big time Jets fans should know this, right? Josh Allen hasn't played his best against the Jets, especially over the last couple of years. Check this out, okay? In 13 career games against the Jets, he has 16 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Just slightly over 1 touchdown a game and almost 1 pick a game. And for his career, however, 197 touchdowns, 84 interceptions. That's better than a 2-to-1 ratio, right? He does not do that against the Jets. He averages less yards per game, a lower completion percentage a game, a far lower passer rating against the Jets, right? The Jets defense has historically played him well. The Bills are 4-2 against the Jets over the last couple of seasons. But here's what's going to happen, right? And this is what we have to look for. And we've been talking about it. Sauce Gardner is going to be able to lock up whoever their number one guy is that they want to put him on. Whether it's Khalil Shakir, whether it's Keon Coleman. I mean, he locked up DK Metcalf. Remember, the only catch DK Metcalf had literally pinballed off of 4 people, right? Sauce is Sauce. We're fine on that. He's going to be his elite self. The problem, like we saw in week 1, is on the other side with Brandon Stevens, right? And I think Pittsburgh put out the blueprint. So expect Josh Allen. Let's say Sauce is on Keon Coleman. Expect Josh Allen to be targeting Khalil Shakir. Expect him to be targeting the tight ends, Dalton Kincaid, right? So that's what we have to see. I wonder if what we do is put Sauce on one side and then double team the other side. That may be something we start to see a little bit more of. I'm also interested to see if we see a little bit more of Azareye'h Thomas, a little bit more of Stiggers. Are we going to see a little bit more of Malachi Moore as well? Because Amos did not play well as a safety. So that is something that I am certainly looking for. But obviously, obviously stopping Josh Allen, and again, his dual threat nature is going to be a challenge. Speaking of the dual threat nature, we finally have one of those quarterbacks ourselves in Justin Fields. I talked about it yesterday, right? How maybe the model is really more the Philadelphia Eagles. We saw what Justin Fields did vis-a-vis Jalen Hurts in terms of being able to run the ball and be efficient in the pass game. We know Josh Allen can do the same thing. The guy Josh Allen beat in comeback fashion in week 1, Lamar Jackson, can do the same thing. These top of the league kind of teams have these dual threat quarterbacks as well. Jaden Daniels as well, right? So this is in vogue. And quite frankly, Justin Fields and the Jets offense topped them all in week 1. If you look at it, Justin Fields actually had the best in the NFL in terms of EPA per dropback after week 1, over Lamar Jackson, over Jordan Love and the Packers, who looked really good against the Detroit Lions. So, and if you don't know, EPA means expected points added per dropback. It's a measure of kind of almost like WAR would be in baseball, right? It's a measure of that value by the specific quarterback per dropback. They also, as I mentioned earlier in the week, they had the highest offensive successful play rate in the NFL. At over 43%. Like, the Jets offense actually looked good. It is going to be this defense, specifically the side opposite Sauce, if we can stop in the passing game, because we're getting pressure. I think we were able to stop the run okay yesterday. In week 1, our offense looked good. It's really the pass defense, specifically those that are not named Sauce Gardner. I mean, on offense, look, the Jets, they scored over 30 points. And we had the time of possession. That's something else Aaron Glenn talked about, right? We had the time. Now, prior to week 1, if the Jets had scored 30 points and held the ball for 34 minutes, they were 53-1 in those kinds of games. The last time they lost a game like that was all the way back in 1998. Okay, so obviously there are some positives. I think the offense was a positive. The offensive line, the run game, Fields looked good. The defense, stopping the run, Sauce Gardner looked good. Aaron Rodgers was able to pick on people outside of Sauce, and he was doing it on the run because we got pressure. We know Josh Allen can do that as well. We need to firm up the Brandon Stevens effort, the Amos safety effort, right? And then let's see how we hang against the team that many people believe could be in the AFC Championship game, could be in the Super Bowl. So that'll do it for this episode of Jets Latest. Remember, as always, okay, click on the link in that description if you want to become a Jets Latest insider. You can always engage with me. I love talking football with you guys in the comments. Also, the idea that I am the host of the on SiriusXM of the FTN Fantasy Show. I got you in terms of sports betting. I got you in terms of fantasy football. FTN is a great website giving you all sorts of tools, waiver wire tool, rankings, stats hub, wide receiver cornerback matchup information. So we got you on lock for that, but also let's see what the Jets' latest folk have to say. We got George Alston, 1933, says, Fields came with the full package, running and passing. He had touch on the ball and he had zip when he needed it. Never saw him panic. His leadership was on display. I agree. Fields look really good. We got J Bar Superstar at 4131 says, I'm going to put this in all caps. Justin broke a record in here. The Jets didn't punt until the third quarter. That's unheard of. These Jets may just be special this year. We shall see. I think we got to clean up the pass defense outside of Sauce. Aaron Jackson, 8250, says, even with Rodgers playing that well, Pittsburgh barely beat us. It's like you said, that fumble changed everything. I did say that, and it gave him great field position to score. Listen, not only that, but, I mean, the tip ball that, hit 4 guys I just talked about, Sauce's only completion allowed. They hit a 60-yard field goal, right? We dropped interceptions, right? We had bad kicking luck, Folk on the extra point, which put us behind there. If we just play regular extra point football, this game is tied. So there were a lot of things that didn't go our way. But I want to say this also. It is encouraging that the Jets fans, at least after week 1, are not just going sky is falling, we suck, same old Jets. I like the fact that these Jets fans, at least I'm seeing in the comments, are saying, hey, we played well. Hey, we still got something. Remember, I said in year 1, it is less about wins and losses. It's about being proud of this team. That's what Aaron Glenn said as well, feeling like Justin Fields can be our franchise quarterback. And so far, that's so good. And I appreciate the Jets fans for not going crazy about same old Jets. At Jay Sanders, 9975, says, Justin Fields is bigger and faster than Jalen Hurts and that he enjoys the show. Thank you so much. Remember, watch these videos, like these videos, subscribe to the Jets Latest channel, and tell a Jets fan friend to tell a Jets fan friend. We will be back tomorrow continuing to talk about what we might see against the Buffalo Bills in week 2, what we are seeing in practice this week. But for now, we out of here. Peace.